Well, we were in Hong Kong at the time, and my partner was getting a lot of people talking about Vietnam, and they were saying it's going to be the next boom economy, and that we should get down there because there's a lot of business moving down there, and that they would need somewhere to eat. So Wayne and I came down and had a bit of a look around, and there was already Western restaurants in Saigon, and in Hanoi there was absolutely no competition at all. So we thought Hanoi is probably the best bet for us because we're going to have a captive audience. And we found great partners that have been with us for 25 years throughout the whole journey. No, we didn't get any positive vibes at all at the beginning. Everyone was saying you're no chance of one, surviving because it was just so difficult to do business here. The Vietnamese were extremely poor. So there was no chance that we were ever going to get any crossover from them. So we had to focus purely on the expat market, and because they were so not negative, but very not even worried for us, but they were like, "You're not going to be able to survive this. We wish you well." No one was against us, but everyone was just like, "Wow, you guys have got a lot of guts coming down here." And we were sort of like, well, we'll be okay because we're going to, we were probably a bit naive in how difficult it was going to be because we were experts in F&B and, we knew our stuff, so we thought we'd be okay. But of course, at the beginning, the food and beverage side of it was not, that was not the issue, which was what everyone was trying to advise us. It was always going to be, about our, relationships with Vietnamese. Oh, it was so hardcore back then. It was, it was 18, 20-hour days. It was very, very difficult because no one spoke English. All my staff didn't speak English. The food coming out wrong for each table. It was pretty much a nightmare. Because it was so hard, the people that came appreciated us so much. So we made really good friendships with a lot of our customers, and of course the downtime, the relaxed time was just total party time because that's what it was like in Hanoi at the time. Everyone was like, "Oh my God, what sort of a day have you had?" And so the beers at the end of the day were pretty enjoyable because everyone was going through the same thing. And so I think for me, not so much the work, although that was very enjoyable when you started to see things coming together. And my Vietnamese team were extremely hardworking and very, very trying to do the right thing. And it was lovely to see them start to learn English, and then all of a sudden after 3 months they're speaking English, and then they're learning what we have to do. And it was very enjoyable when you actually see something coming together and something becoming very special. And it took a while, but then it became like, oh my God, this is like clockwork. Yeah, well, we were at Fresco's for a couple of years, and then we thought, there's probably more room for a few other brands, and we thought because of the Vietnamese market, we were a little bit above them at that stage, and we thought pepperonis, which was basically Fresco's, but with a buffet and with cheaper food, some food with rice. The buffet we first started was 20,000 dong for all you can eat. So that was a bit of a nightmare because all you can eat means you'd bring in plastic bags and sweep all the food from the buffet into the plastic bags to take home, and you had to explain that to them. Like, this is not what it means. All you can eat here. So we had lots of teaching moments, if you want to call it. But yeah, that was also quite a surprise for us because the Vietnamese took to it like a duck to water. They just loved our food. Yeah, well, Ho Chi Minh City, we were probably in Hanoi by 2003. So in Hanoi, we'd got to 4 restaurants at that point. And we'd had 3 brands at that stage, 2 Frescos, 1 Jasper's, and 1 Pepperonis. And it was sort of like, okay, everyone that came from the south up to do business in the north were like, why don't you guys come to the south? why did you come to Hanoi? Hanoi's so much smaller than the south, you know, blah, blah, blah. So when we came down a few times and looked around, it was like, yeah, we can definitely make this work. And we were confident. We just needed to find the right house and the right place to be in District 1. And it took us a couple of times, but then we finally got one in Dong Yu. I think obviously having the staff buy in to the whole family culture, we're your family. A lot of times companies talk that, and it's just talk. But our company, it is real, and we do believe in it. We put the staff first, and everything we do with our decision making, with making profit, and you know, business and all that sort of thing. A lot of it's focused around the staff being happy first as the first step in all these decisions. And I think that was a big part of it. And also the share me concept of alfrescos is very, very easy for the Vietnamese to understand. They can come and they can get a pasta, they can get a ribs, they can get a salad and wedges or whatever, and put it all in the middle, and then their family can eat it. Vietnam excites me, yeah, it really does. I've seen them go from being so poor, dirt poor, it's just, you know, almost makes you cry. And then, you know, just to see them year on year getting better and better, and with my team, you know, getting wealthier and having cars and buying units, and, you know, it's fantastic. Just the way the whole country has evolved. And we all thought it might, but just the way it has done it, it's an amazing place. It really is. Oh, I just want to thank all my team for hanging in there over the COVID years, and also for being with me all the time that they have. You know, I've loved working with them, and you know, they know I love them, and I hope we work together for a long time in the future.